What happens when a U.S. Navy veteran's daughter is unexpectedly detained by ICE? Meet Alma Bowman, a 58-year-old Georgia woman who has spent nearly 5 months in ICE custody with her fate hanging in the balance. Alma's father served in the Vietnam War, and now Alma's own fate is tied to immigration policies that many argue are unjust. Alma was born in the Philippines to military parents, but after living in Monroe, Georgia for nearly 50 years, her detention by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement or ICE has sparked outrage. What makes this case even more tragic? Alma's father was an American citizen, which means Alma is likely a U.S. citizen too.
Alma's case is not just about one woman's struggle, it's a reflection of a broken immigration system. Alma's criminal conviction for writing bad checks over 20 years ago shouldn't be a reason to tear her family apart. She's paid her debt to society, and now she's being detained in an immigration facility with no answers as to why she's facing deportation when she is likely a U.S. citizen.
Alma's father, Lawrence Bowman, served in the Vietnam War on a U.S. naval ship, and military records confirm that he was an American citizen when Alma was born in 1966. Alma's birth certificate shows her father as the parent, and after moving to the U.S. when she was just 10, she's lived her entire life as an American. Yet the federal government revoked her permanent residency, questioning her citizenship status. As Alma's family rallies for her release, they're left with unanswered questions. Shouldn't immigrants who have lived in the U.S. for decades, followed the law, and integrated into society be treated fairly? Alma's family argues that she's not just a victim of immigration enforcement, she's a victim of a system that disregards long-standing family ties to America. But this issue isn't isolated to Alma alone. Private prison companies like CoreCivic are profiting off the detention of immigrants. In fact, nearly 2,600 people are being held in immigration facilities across Georgia, many of whom have no criminal record. With the Trump administration's push to deport millions, private companies like CoreCivic are benefiting from the expanding detention centers, which now account for nearly 50% of their revenue. While CoreCivic has made hundreds of millions in profit, Alma Bowman's case shines a light on the human cost of these actions. What is more chilling is the fact that private prisons are being rewarded for keeping people in detention while immigrants like Alma are denied due process. The community is not staying silent. In Georgia, advocates and families gathered to show their support for Alma. This rally isn't just about Alma, it's about all immigrants who've been unjustly detained or deported without regard for their human rights.
Yeah, so this legislation sets up just a horrible circumstance. It legally ties the hands of immigrants to have fairness and to assert their rights in court. A blatant attempt to deny non-immigrant workers access to the legal system. And it expressly permits employers to force workers into this arbitration process. And this is wrong. It's wrong for Americans.
We reached out to ICE for comment on Alma's case, but their responses raised more questions than answers. The new administration claims they are following new directives, but the lack of transparency and failure to provide clear answers about Alma's citizenship status only fuels community anger and mistrust. Alma's fight for justice is far from over. If you believe in human rights, immigrant rights, and the fair treatment of families, drop a comment below. Do you think Alma Bowman should be released? What changes do you think are necessary in the immigration system? Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video to help spread the word about this critical issue.